license suspensions, and I'm going to answer based on what takes place in Charlotte because we have some unique protocols and procedures, but license suspensions relative to 20-16.2, so you've been charged with driving while impaired, a suspension of your license, a revocation of your license due to impaired driving, and the ability to get some type of privilege or the ability to drive after your arrest or it being issued a citation or charge can be a bit complicated. Okay, so the first question is under 20-16.2, were there grounds, reasonable grounds to charge you with the driving while impaired, and are you eligible for some sort of administrative relief where you challenge the civil administrative revocation pursuant to 20-16.2? It's very important to carefully review the fact patterns and to see whether or not there's a way to challenge that suspension, and that's normally in Charlotte handled in front of a magistrate judge. We actually send notice to the Attorney General's office in Raleigh. Those issues, administrative suspensions, are handled by the Attorney General's office. It's a civil case. The DA's office isn't even there. They have no standing to be there. I don't mean standing like standing in court. I mean they don't have a legal right to be arguing that issue. That is different and separate and apart from what you may have heard before, a pretrial limited driving privilege, which in and of itself is pretty darn complicated because it may involve a 30-day period of suspension, of which you can get a limited privilege, pretrial limited privilege after 10 days or the expiration of 10 days with all kinds of conditions precedent, like you got an alcohol assessment, and you're following through with the care or recommendations, proof of a DL-123 form, which, by the way, if you're looking for one, we have one on the site, and on a PDF, you can download it, proof of employment and things of that nature, and there's filing fees, and you have to get the assessment cost money and things. That's pretty complicated, but what I recommend is if you're arrested, and as soon as you get out of jail, pick up the phone, give us a ring, and we will explain big picture. Clients need to understand, at least I think they do, what they're looking at, worst case scenario. I say this a lot. I want you to understand why I say what I say, which it means that I want you to understand the best case scenario as well as the worst case scenario. I want you to understand, if you have a child in the car, what happens if you're convicted versus if you're a CDL. And then we start working through, are you eligible for a license? And a pretrial privilege should not be assumed. It's in the discretion of the court. So, for example, if you were revoked already when you got a driving while impaired, you can't restore something that wasn't valid in the first place, although there may be ways to say, well, if it was revoked in error, we may have to correct that error and then you become eligible. So each case is different, just like each client is different. And DWI is one of those areas where everyone has an opinion about it, and it may be well-meaning, but they're so complicated, they're so nuanced, and they're so unique to the individual that what may apply to your best friend's case or your cousin Freddie's case may be entirely different and totally inapplicable to your matter. That's why it makes sense to talk to an experienced DWI lawyer. I've traveled around the state of North Carolina. I can't say I've been in every county, but I've been to a lot of them, okay? And there are nuances about how these things are handled across the state. The laws are the same. 20-138.1 is the same here in Charlotte as it is in Cherokee, North Carolina, Murphy, North Carolina, and Cherokee County. I've tried cases there. It's the same, DWI laws are in North Carolina are the same in Havelock or New Bern and Fayetteville and Clinton and Raleigh and Durham, all where I've tried cases, than they are in Mecklenburg County. The question is, how are they approached? Are there unique perspectives on the law? Are there preferences about how you apply for a privilege? Each county and each judicial district tends to have little things that they prefer. So give us a call. The telephone number is 704-342-4357. We do travel the state. If we can help you, we'll tell you. If we think you would be better suited by going with someone else, if we're able, we're not a referral company, but if we're able, we'll refer you to somebody. Our consultation's free. We have a ton of information online, both on our YouTube channel and on our webpage. We have forms. We have the sentencing. We have sentencing boxes so you can understand it, or we call them the grids. We have the petitions for privileges and things of that nature that you can download in PDF form. 704-342-4357. Talk to you soon.